Minimums.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, cleared Torto 2 Golf into Figari. At your discretion, descend. Flight level 260. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, descend. Flight level 190.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and are now beginning our approach to Figari Sud Corse Airport. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, fasten your seatbelts, and note that the use of the lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, descend. Flight level 090. Maintain present heading vectors for the RNAV runway 5 approach. Speed below 200 knots.
Descending flight level 090. Maintaining present heading for vectors to the RNAV runway 05 approach. Speed below 200 knots. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, Marseille Control identified. Good afternoon. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, contact Ajaccio, approach on 121.05.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, Ajaccio approach, identified. Salute. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, descend flight level 090. Maintain present heading vectors for the RNAV runway 05 approach.
10 checks.
10 checks. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now
Fuel,
beginning
4,
our
pumps
final
on,
approach
lights,
into Figari.
angle of bank, air
Please
conditioning
turn off your
and
electronic
pressurization.
devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate.
3.0,
We
fasten
kindly
belts,
ask that you
recall,
put your tray tables away,
121.50
ensure your
deselected.
upright position, and fasten your seatbelt. The current weather at our destination is mild with clear skies. Thank you for your cooperation and for flying with Ryanair today.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, descend 7000. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, I'll bring you back towards the airport in a moment. Maintain present heading vectors for the RNAV runway 05 approach. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, descend altitude 3000 feet. Turn left heading 125. QNH 1019.
Descend altitude 3,000 feet. Left heading 125. QNH 1019er. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike.
That's 1.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, 12 miles from Fig 05. Turn left heading 085. Descend altitude 2000 feet. Engine established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 5 approach.
Flaps 1, cabin crew, seats for landing.
Left heading 085. Descend 2000 until established. Cleared RNAV runway 5 approach. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike.
That's 5.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, contact Figari Tower on 120.3.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, Figari Tower, roger, continue approach. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, runway 05, winds calm, cleared to land.
Runway 05 cleared to land. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike.
2,500.
Gear down. Flaps 15.
Landing checklist, 2 flaps.
Landing checklist to flaps.
100. Minimums.
Minimums.
Continue.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. 100.
Approaching runway 5.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse normal. 3%. 100 knots.
Check.
80 knots.
Check.
60 knots.
Check. Manual braking.
Auto brake disarmed.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, contact ground on 121.805.
Switching to ground on 121.805. Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike. Figari ground, Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike. Good afternoon. Cleared of runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike, Figari ground, taxi to terminal gate, stand 9 via Charlie. Good day.
Welcome to Figari Sud Corse. Did you know that Figari is known for its
Taxi
stunning
to terminal
beaches
gate, stand
and
9 via
beautiful
Charlie.
landscapes?
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Mike.
Thank you for flying with Ryanair. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Ryanair. The local time is 11:43 a.m. For those with connections, please note the following. Flight number FR123 to Paris, departing at 12:30 Gate A. Flight number FR457 to London, departing
A
at
few on the
1:15
buses.
Gate B.
Electrical.
On APU.
Fasten belts.
Off. Cabin crew disarm slice cross check.
Probe heat.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Voice recorder.
On.
Air conditioning packs.
Ryanair 27 Mike Delta, cleared to Charleroi via the Lonsu 4 Alpha departure runway 23, initial climb to 4,000, departure on 121.05 squawk 4133.
We are under our maximum landing rate, so we are okay to make an immediate return. Okay, all going well, departure routing will be by the ATC Ascent SIP, complying with all published route and altitude restrictions. No more statement procedures required. Any questions, comments or concerns?
No questions.
Departure
If you
brief
need any
complete.
assistance, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for choosing to fly with us.
Ryanair 27 Mike Delta, push and start approved, face northwest.
Check. Oil pressure.
Clear to start engines.
Welcome aboard. Your cabin crew are here for your safety. May we have your complete attention as they demonstrate the safety features on board this aircraft. There are 8 emergency exits, each indicated by a red exit sign. Your path markings will guide you to the nearest exit in an emergency. These exits are located on both sides of the aircraft.
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
APU.
Off.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Ryanair 27 Mike Delta, runway 23, taxi via Charlie, hold short of runway 05.
Clear right.
Config check.
Ryanair 27 Mike Delta, cross runway 05.
Approaching runway 5.
Stand by. Cabin crew seats for departure.
Before takeoff checklist below the line.
Before takeoff
Ryanair
checklist.
27 Mike Delta, Figari Tower, runway 23, winds
MCP.
220 at 9 are cleared for takeoff.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
Runway 23, cleared
Landing
for
lines.
takeoff.
Complete the
Ryanair
checklist.
27 Mike
Landing
Delta.
lines.
On.
Before takeoff checklist below the line completed.
Set takeoff thrust.
On runway 23 remaining.
Stabilized.
7,700 feet.
Takeoff thrust set. Indicators normal.
Check.
V1.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
121.05, Ryanair 27 Mike Delta. Ajaccio departure, Ryanair 27 Mike Delta. Good afternoon, climbing through 1000.
Mike Delta, Ajaccio departure, identified, climb flight level 070.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic
Yes,
devices
please.
is now permitted